Welcome all. Today I'm in a Cosalt Harmony. It's a 2008 35 by 12 3-bed. It's got double glazing, gas central heating, and it's priced at 14,895. This one's a centre lounge model, so as it says on the tin, the lounge is in the centre. It's got bedrooms at either end. What it does mean for a 3-bed is you've got quite good space, which you'll see as we go around. Obviously not going to suit everybody, but I tend to think if you've got a couple of older children, or you want a bedroom at one end and then you've got dogs in one end, or like an office or something like that, I just tend to think this sort of layout would suit people. So we're going to have a look around and I'll show you a few bits and pieces, point out a few things that I can, and yeah, we'll go from there. So obviously stood here, we've got exterior doors that I'm stood next to. If I spin around and just show you, that's the one entry point in here. Exterior door there, got a large window there to the side, a large dining window there, got a small dining table, couple of chairs there. Obviously you don't want anything too massive, it would just take up too much space anyway, but as it is, I think that's perfectly fine. You could get a smaller one with a drop leaf on it. I think that one looks like it pulls out either end, so maybe it gets bigger, but if you had a smaller one with drop leaves on it, you could tidy that away and then pull it out as and when you wanted to use it. Got radiators because it's got central heating. You've got radiator there on my right, and then there's one over there by the dining table next to the fridge area as well. We've also got an electric fire, which I'll show you in a minute, but as you can see, we've got this fitted seating area, wraparound seating, quite thick cushions, and plenty of space for seating there, which is nice to have. And then that large window there on the side, the living room side. As I said, electric fire here on my left hand side, and then you've got the twin bedrooms up that end with the bathroom, and then I'll show you the master bedroom in a minute. A few bits of rust around the place on a couple of bits and pieces on a couple of radiators and things like that. There's vinyl in this living area where we enter in, and then through to the kitchen and the other end towards the bedrooms, and then carpets in the bedrooms. But as it is in this end, the vinyl's absolutely fine. No reason to do anything with that. Seating's alright as well. Yes, there's a couple of marks in a couple of places, but on the whole, really, it's had a little bit of a hoover over, and actually there's no bad rips or any offensive stains or anything like that, so that's good. If I stand here next to the sofa area, as I said, we've got that electric fire on my right hand side now here, and then we've got space above there for a television and a bit of cupboard space as well. Coming up towards the dining and then kitchen area, as I said, you've got that dining table there with a couple of chairs. We've got freestanding fridge freezer there in the space. Could go slightly taller on that if you needed to and wanted to, but as it is, it's a fairly standard, decent enough size appliance with then some cupboard space over the top of it. And then turning to my left, we've got our kitchen. The oven's a little bit rusty on a few of the lips, that, as I say, over the top of the grill. Grill door needs fixing back on. We haven't gas tested this. We do all of that once they're sold. So once this gets a gas test, obviously we'll have a look at it, check it over, and if there's anything to fix or do to make it gas safe, then we will do. That's all part of our process and what we do here. Doors in the kitchen, they're mostly okay. I think in a couple areas just starting to lift a little bit for delamination in a couple of bits, usually where there's been a kettle and that sort of thing. But there's no really bad ones. They're all fairly decent and not really anything to worry about. We've got the gas oven on our right hand side, cupboard storage low and high, and then we've also got this piece of worktop, as you can see, that just juts out a little bit, which is quite a nice extra bit of chopping space. Not only does it help for that, but it also looks over then towards the living area, so that's quite nice. You can also watch your telly whilst you're chopping your onions. If I turn back round again at this end of the caravan, we've got a door here, of course, dividing off our bedroom, and stepping into it, we've got our main bedroom here. So double bed, we've got some cupboards over the top of the bed, and then bedside shelves either side. It's not a bad bedroom actually for a 3-bed caravan. You've got space down both sides of the bed, and then over in the corner we've got our wardrobe unit. 3 beds, sometimes you just sacrifice a little bit in the bedroom, and yes, probably not quite so big as a 2-bed would be, but it's not too bad in comparison to some 3 beds. Over in the corner then, our wardrobe unit, as you can see, we've got a hanging rail space in there, decent enough size, and then we've got 2 large drawers below. Another bonus of having this centre lounge model is you've got space for 2 bathrooms, so if that's the important thing for you, we've got an ensuite shower in here. Rust on the radiator that needs replacing, that's something we'll do, no problem. Toilet, sink, and then turning to my left, a really decent sized shower cubicle. So this, just to be clear, this is from the ensuite. This is a private ensuite to the master bedroom, and in here we've got an ensuite shower room. So that is nice, as I say, if you've got a couple of teenagers or grown-up children, or you've got you're using it as a place to stay for other adults and things, then that would be quite handy because you've got your own shower room and not having to share everybody off the same room, same bathroom. So that's just quite handy to have. You wouldn't usually get that in a 3-bed, but because we've got this centre lounge large layout. It just means we can squeeze a bit of extra space into a couple of areas, and that's just quite handy. Coming back up the other end then, we'll walk through and visit our twin rooms. So we've seen the main bedroom, we'll go up to the twin room now. So side by side, as you can see, your eyes don't deceive you. There's 2 bedrooms. They're pretty much the same. I haven't measured the mattresses to check if they're any different, but just kind of looking at it, they're pretty equal sized bedrooms. So that'd be good if you've got a couple of children you're going to fight over it. 2 single beds in here. Nothing really wrong with the mattresses. And then on our left, we've got our window. Good enough size really for twin room. Got storage over the top of the bed, and then we've got hanging rail space and some storage down below. So that's all quite handy to have. And equal size in over on the right hand side here, as you can see, it's pretty similar. Storage over the top of the bed, bedside table that's come off there, and then hanging rail space and drawers below. Radiators in all the bedrooms, of course, with it being centrally heated. So just 2 pretty equal sized bedrooms. Carpet is okay. I'd say certainly carpet in the bedrooms. That's the only place there's carpet. Wouldn't cost us much to do it. So if you wanted us to whack some new carpet down in the bedrooms, we could do that for you. That would just lift up the caravan, I think, and just give it a new lease of life. If I turn to my right, we've then got this really large cupboard, which is really handy to have, as you can see. So in here we have our boiler. So that's our, what's that, FEB 24E Morco central heated boiler. So that's quite handy to have in there, tucked away in this cupboard. But also, as you can see, just a really large cupboard, which is really helpful to have. So clearly, judging by the plumbing there, someone's had a washing machine there in the past, because we've got plumbing, and you probably take the water off that down there as well, I'm just guessing. But so a nice cupboard with storage and area there for a washing machine if you wanted to do so. If I then turn back round again, we've then got our main bathroom. So we had that ensuite shower room at the other end, and then we've got the family shower room here, where we find our sink and toilet and second shower. I think shower cubicle is the same. Both of them need a little bit of work with the silicone around it, just being pretty messily done, but we can sort that out and do that a bit tidier. Not me, I'm appalling at the silicone stuff, but we've got guys who can do that sort of thing. But a decent enough size shower there, and the same down in the other end in the ensuite. There's a couple of areas just where basically it's been painted in here. Just having a look around, this usually had the original Cosalt, like I like to call it, snakeskin wallpaper, which as I spin round you can see up the top here. So clearly they had something fitted there, so that kind of snakeskin sort of looking wallpaper is what is underneath these walls. But as you look around, you can see the whole thing's been painted in all of the bedrooms. Only places where it hasn't been is just like that place where they've had something removed, and then behind furniture and things, or behind bedside tables. But on the whole, they've done a pretty good job. It's pretty much similar throughout. Just a couple of places in corners where I often find, when it's like at my house, you find that the colour's just a little bit different in the shadows and things. But on the whole, really, it's done quite a good job. So that's the inside of our Cosalt Harmony. Obviously, hopefully you've seen the layout and understand what we're working with. I think it perfectly suits a certain type of person. Yeah, not everybody, but personally I think it suits people with kids who you want to put at one end with their own bathroom, maybe more grown up or teenagers, or if you want to have an office at one end and keep the bedroom at the other end. So I just think that's quite ideal for certain people. I'm going to jump outside now and I'll show you the exterior. So slightly different walk around on the outside, because usually obviously we've not got it as a side-on van, so we're starting at the front. This time we're starting at the side, which is the kind of the front but the side, if you know what I mean. So complicated one, but just look around. So you've got those sort of fake shutters on the windows that Cosalt did over those years ago. Cosalt don't exist anymore, they disappeared a few years ago now, but there's an awful lot of Cosalts on the market. Made some good caravans through the years, so there's lots of them around. This one's just been moved into the yard, so hasn't had a wash. Clearly you can see it's quite grubby, been in storage, so this one needs a good wash off and clean and get it sparkling again. No real damage anyway to worry about. Bit of rust up on the top there, just where we've got a couple of holes that need filling in. We'll try not to linger too much on that algae that's growing on the side of it, that we will obviously wash off in due course. But as we go around, as I said, all fairly clean and tidy. Just needs a good wash off, but no actual damage to the panels to worry about, which is good news. If I come along this side, panel just needs popping back on there on the bottom there with a pin. That's all fine. Dropping down, we've also got a galvanised chassis. So nice shiny chassis, heavy duty Cosalt chassis, as you can see. So no problems there with the chassis at all. So that is really good. So we've just been looking around our 2008 Cosalt Harmony 35 by 12 3-bed. It's got double glazing, gas central heating. Also got that galvanised chassis. It's priced at $14,895. We do gas testing, water testing, electric testing to make sure everything's working solid and good to go before it leaves here. We do a 3-month warranty from date of delivery, We do free delivery within 100 miles. We'll do an access check to make sure it's going to fit where you want it to go, and we'll do sighting as well for an additional charge if you want. So free delivery to the nearest point for the lorry. If you've got any questions at all, please do reach out and we can help and see where we can go. If you want to pop along and have a look at any of our stock, please contact us or just pop along. You're more than welcome to. Hopefully we'll see you soon. If not, in the meantime, check out another video, leave a comment, and yeah, hopefully we'll hear from you soon. Cheers.